It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Two Chefs Brewing Company, and this is a can of their Double Cherry Sour. It's a 7% ABV beer, 9 IBUs in a 330 milliliter can. Love the look of that. Two Chefs Brewing Company based in the Netherlands. It's got Cherry Kiss written on the back of the can. Who doesn't like a cherry kiss? Right, without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. We got a nice little burpee bubble going on. Without further ado, let's get this beer in the glass. Oh, look at this! And see what we get. Look at this! Wow, wow, wow. Getting that dissipation up to the microphone. Hear that head dissipating really quickly. I wanted to catch that last piece up to the microphone, or that last kind of moment of hissiness up to the microphone. You got a lovely looking beer here. Lovely carbonation to it. It's a deep red hue to the beer. I got high hopes for this. This is the last beer that I'm reviewing in this current batch from Two Chefs Brewing Company. And honestly, every single beer that I've... Hold on. Oh. Every single beer that I've reviewed from these guys has been wonderful. So I got high hopes for this. 7% ABV. Cherry sour. Let's get the aroma. Well, first of all, a little bit of haze. Cherry red colour. Aroma. Ooh. Yeah, it's got that cherry lambic aroma to it. Whether it's gone through that whole process, that cherry lambic Belgian beer process of being in the big fooders for 3 years, whether it has that similar it smells wonderful. You get the tannings, it's like leathery. Leathery, yeah, definitely leathery aroma to it, but lots of cherry, lots of kind of light crisp malt flavours. Let's dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah. Oh. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beer. Ooh, lovely and sour. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. I love a sour beer. I love a sour beer. I don't think sour beer... I tell you, and it's a good subject. Recently, on this channel, we've been banging on about lager being the next big thing. And we all know it hasn't quite happened. I'll tell you another style of beer that never quite went mainstream as the IPA did, or the New England IPA definitely went mainstream, is sour beer. Sour beer. Lots of people in craft beer bars will drink incredible sours, including myself. But there's a point where IPA made it to the masses. It really did. I mean, you only got to watch the TV these days, and you see Brewdog Punk IPA adverts on the telly. IPA has definitely made it to the masses, whereas craft lager and definitely sour beer got close. I remember a few bloggers, when I used to look at Twitter, absolutely banging the drum for sour beer, saying this is going to be the next big thing, there's no turning back, this is going to be massive. And it never, in the craft beer world, in our I'm included of course, in our little bubble of the world, our little craft beer world, yes of course, sour beer made it on a massive scale, and so has craft lager to a certain extent. But I do wonder if sour beer could. It's a fun drink. It's a really fun drink. It's a drink that if you took a few cans of this to your uncle's barbecue, you know, you could spring a surprise, grab a can out of your cool bag and give it to your auntie. You know your posh auntie? We've all got a posh auntie who sits there drinking Pimm's with all orange and lemon and all sorts going on in her glass. You just go, yeah, you know, you just seen her polishing off a Pimm's, and you go, here we are, Auntie Sheila, try this. You know, that type of thing. And she opens it and it's cool, and she takes a sip and she's like, oh my goodness me, this has got so much more flavour than my Pimm's. So my question to you guys, or my answer, I'm gonna ask a question and I'm gonna answer it at the same time, is just keep pushing it. Do you keep pushing sour beer onto your elderly relatives, or do you just kind of like give up the ghost and say, well, actually this style hasn't quite made it? I think there's plenty of room. I still think there's plenty of room for sour beer to make it mainstream. Something like this. If you give everybody in the world a can of this beer, I reckon 70% of the world would like it. It's just a shame that us in our little bubble can't finance that revolution. It just needs somebody to finance it, doesn't it? Somebody to finance this craft beer revolution. And I swear, we'd never go back to drinking bland, boring beer again. On that note, let's give a quick read out to the description. Cherry Kiss, feel the power of double cherry sour. This intense ruby red beer is a bowl of cherries, both literally and figuratively. A gigantic bowl brewed with half a ton of juicy fruit. This beer goes all in on red, sweet, sour and very boozy. One too many cans could be your kiss of death. Cherry Kiss, kiss of death. Love it. This is a brilliant beer. It's a brilliant beer. I do really like it. What did he say, half a ton? Half a ton of cherries. Wow. Love it. Love it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.